Let me tell you something that nobody in the personal finance world wants to admit. The reason you're financially stuck probably has nothing to do with your income. It's not the coffee. It's not the takeout. It's not even the economy, at least not entirely. It's your brain.
Specifically, it's the fact that your brain was engineered for a world where saving for the future meant storing berries for winter. And we're asking it to navigate 22% credit card APRs and housing markets that move faster than your salary ever will.
Your brain isn't broken. It's just running ancient software in a modern financial world. And once you understand exactly how that software works, you can start to override it. Here's where we actually are right now. According to Bank of America's own deposit data, and these are real spending figures, not just surveys, roughly 1 in 4 American households spent more than 95% of their income on just the basics in 2025. Housing, food, gas, utilities. The necessities. Nothing left. And self-reported surveys put it even higher. PNC Bank found 67% of full-time workers say they're living paycheck to paycheck. Deloitte found 73% of Gen Z workers say the same. But here's the number that should really stop you. 44% of people earning over $100,000 a year say they have little or nothing left after monthly expenses. This is not a low-income story. This is a human story. So what's going on? Why are smart, hard-working people doing everything right, still running on empty? The answer goes back about 50 years, to a pair of psychologists who won the Nobel Prize for proving that we are not, and have never been, rational when it comes to money. In 1979, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky published a paper called Prospect Theory. It would eventually win Kahneman the Nobel Prize in economics, and it contained one finding that should be on a billboard in every financial planning office in America. Losing something hurts, psychologically, about twice as much as gaining the same thing feels good. Let me make that concrete. Say I offered you a coin flip. Heads, you win $150. Tails, you lose $100. Mathematically, that's a great bet. Expected value is positive. Most people say no, because the fear of losing $100 looms larger than the appeal of winning $150. That's loss aversion. And it doesn't just affect coin flips. It's why people hold losing stocks way too long, because selling locks in a loss, and that feels unbearable. It's why people avoid investing at all, because what if the market drops? It's why people stay in jobs that underpay them, because switching feels risky, even when staying is mathematically worse. The fear of losing is louder than the math of winning. And this is where it gets really interesting. This isn't a character flaw. Evolutionary biologists believe loss aversion developed because for our ancestors, losses were existential. Miss a meal, die. Lose your shelter, die. The brain that treated a potential loss as twice the threat survived. That brain is now yours. And it's misfiring every time you look at a volatile investment and think, not worth it. Now, let's talk about the second trap. And this one is sneakier. In behavioral economics, it's called present bias. And the best way I can explain it is with a thought experiment. Close your eyes. Actually don't, you're watching this, but imagine yourself in 30 years. Where are you? What do you look like? Who do you know? If you're like most people, that image is pretty fuzzy. Almost like thinking about a stranger. Researchers at Stanford actually tested this. They showed people digitally aged photos of themselves, their own faces 30 years older, and found that it significantly increased their willingness to contribute to retirement accounts. Because suddenly, future me felt real. Without that, our brains treat our future selves like someone we don't really know, and we would never sacrifice for a stranger. This is why 82% of people in surveys say they want to save more, while 60% simultaneously say they're not doing it. The intentions are real. The behavior doesn't follow. That gap between what we plan and what we do is not weakness. It's neuroscience. You're not bad with money. You're bad with time. Here's what's going to mess with your head. Harvard Business School and the Wharton School of Business conducted research specifically on whether financial education changes behavior. The uncomfortable finding, it mostly doesn't. You probably already know the basics. Spend less than you earn. Invest early. Compound interest is powerful. The issue has never been information. The issue is that knowing and doing are processed by entirely different systems in your brain. The rational, planning brain knows exactly what to do. The emotional, present-focused brain is the one actually making decisions in the moment. And here's the really radical implication of that. The most powerful financial tool available to you costs zero willpower, zero discipline, zero sacrifice. It's called a default. Richard Thaler, another Nobel laureate, designed a retirement program called Save More Tomorrow. Employees were automatically enrolled. Contributions automatically increased when they got a raise. Opt-out was easy if they wanted it. Savings rates tripled. Not because people tried harder, because the default changed, because the friction was removed. The personal finance industry has been selling you discipline. The science says, sell me a better default. Okay, here's the game plan. For moves, all based on the behavioral science we just covered. None of them require you to become a different person. Move 1. Automate before you can think about it. Set up an automatic transfer to savings the same day your paycheck hits, before you see the money in your account. Even $25. The goal isn't the amount. The goal is removing the decision. You cannot spend money you never perceived as available. This is how you make your present bias brain irrelevant. Move 2. Rename your accounts. Research on mental accounting shows people treat money differently based on what it's labeled. Don't have a savings account. Have a December rent buffer, a 6-month emergency fund, a 2027 car fund. Labeling creates psychological ring fencing. You become significantly less likely to raid a fund with a specific name and purpose. Move 3. Make loss aversion work for you. You avoid losses twice as hard as you chase gains, right? So frame your financial goals as losses avoided, not gains achieved. Not, I want to save $500 this month. Try, if I don't save $500 this month, I will lose my shot at 3 months of runway by year end. Same math. Completely different neurological response. Move 4. Meet your future self. This sounds strange. Do it anyway. Find a free age progression app. There are several. Run your own photo through it, and put that image somewhere you'll see it. On your phone lock screen, as your laptop background. The research is clear. Making future you real and vivid makes you more willing to sacrifice for that person. Because that person is you. Here's the thing I want you to leave with today. You are not bad with money. You are human. And humans were never designed for a world of compound interest, 30-year mortgages, and retirement accounts. But here's what no one tells you. The same research that exposed how irrational we are also showed us exactly how to work around it. Not by becoming more rational, by designing our environment so the right choice is the easy choice. The wealthiest people in the world aren't more disciplined than you. They have better defaults. Start with 1. Automate 1 thing. Rename 1 account. Tell 1 friend what you just learned. You don't need more willpower. You need a better system. Now, I want to know which of those 4 moves you're going to try first. Drop it in the comments below.